All right, welcome to the commission meeting of February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. Let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Mr. McMeans, would you call the roll, please?
Sure. Commissioner Flynn,
Present.
Commissioner Grella,
Here.
Commissioner Ranney,
Here.
Commissioner Swager Wilson,
Here.
President Silverman.
Here. All right, first on the agenda, Commission Assistant Manager announcements. So, want to go first?
Yes, earlier tonight, the commission met in discussion session and heard information on the following items. An update on the Mount Lebanon Partnership Strategic Plan, a summary of recent investments in EV charging stations. So we now have one in the overlook lot behind Beverly Road and one in the south garage here next to the municipal building, and information on the Alon Banner Community Program, which Mount Lebanon has achieved now for the 10th consecutive year. Commissioners also provided updates on activities of various boards and authorities, and there was a meeting of the Industrial Development Authority. Prior to the discussion session, the commission met in executive session to receive legal advice from the solicitor. The next meeting of the commission will be Tuesday, February 28th, beginning at 8 p.m. in this room, with discussion session at 6:30 in room C. Interested members of the public can attend meetings either in person or virtually via the Zoom webinar format. Pre-registration is not required, and links to all virtual meetings are available on the meeting agendas on the municipal website, mountlebanon.org. If you are attending virtually and would wish to make a comment during the public comment or a public hearing section of the meeting, you may use the raise hand function during that time. So tonight we have public comment and a public hearing. So if you want to make comments during those and are watching online, please use the raise hand function at the appropriate time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, community highlights, Commission Vice President Wilson, please.
Tuesday, February 28th is the deadline to apply for one of the many open vacancies for one-year terms on our 17 boards and authorities. To apply, you go to mountlebanon.org and look for the item under trending now. We need your expertise and we need your input into your local government. So please help us by doing that. We don't know everything, even though we try to. So that would be a big help. Also, please remember that you have 24 hours from the end of snow or ice event to clear a sidewalk. Businesses only have 4 hours. Property owners who do not clear the walks are subject to citations and fines. We do prefer education over those options. So fair warning, please do it. It's a safety hazard. Please contribute to the safety of our community by clearing your walk and lending a hand to any of your neighbors who may also need some help. If you're a homebound senior, you may be able to get help from our snow angels. Call 412-343-7032 for more information. Medical Rescue Team South's membership drive is still underway. A membership protects you if you need to call an ambulance at your home by paying for 50% of what your insurance doesn't cover. To sign up online, go to www.mrtsa.com. So the other side of this is, yes, you would be protected as to how much you would have to pay, but you might want to think about buying protection for yourself in the future. You may not need an ambulance this year, next year, 5 years from now, but 10 years from now, when you need one, you want MRTSA to be there for you. And this is the way that we help contribute to them to keep them up and running. So please contribute. And I've already signed up, so I'm expecting everyone here to do it. Good, good. Okay, finally, the municipality is constantly striving to provide informative and helpful ways to provide transparency and insight into the activities of your local government. The Mount Lebanon Finance Department is a leader in this respect and provides all sorts of fascinating financial data on demand 24 hours a day at mountlebanon.org. Click on the Open Lebo box in the middle of the page. From budgets to balance sheets to garbage and recycling data, Open Lebo allows you to monitor progress and stay up to date on how your tax dollars are being spent.
Great, thank you for that report. Yes, I'm a MRTSA member as well.
Yes, good.
Terrific. Well, next on the agenda, item 2, we're going to welcome for the first time our Junior Commissioner, Sam Knoll. Come on up and we'd love to hear from you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. I am Sam Knoll, and I'm a senior at Mount Lebanon High School, and I'm excited and honored to be the junior commissioner for the spring semester. First, I would like to share some updates about the high school. We had the first snowball dance since 2020 on February 4th with over 892 kids in attendance. The theme was Candyland, so it was a good event. The junior student council just wrapped up a Valentine's Day card community service project, and they had students make Valentine's Day cards for St. Clair Hospital patients. They made and donated over 693 cards. So congratulations to them, and it was a good project. The mock trial A team won their first regional trial, and they advanced their second trial tomorrow at the courthouse. Also, during the first weekend of February, the high school's Model United Nations team attended American University Model UN competition in Washington, D.C. They won best large delegation out of 50 schools. So congratulations and good luck to the mock trial and Model UN team as they advance. Around a dozen Mount Lebanon students attended the annual multi-district student summit hosted by Woodland Hills High School. Students attended 3 workshops on that day to learn more about social issues that we as students need to be aware of. The workshop options were as following: women's rights / gender discrimination, LGBTQ / transgender discrimination, mental health, quality animal care, racial and social injustice, gun violence, and climate change. There was an application process to be selected as a leader of one of those workshops, and there were 4 Mount Lebanon students who were selected. Those were Leah Bailey, Sophia Chum, Estelle Smith, and myself. And I was a leader of the gun violence group. It was truly inspiring to see all these students come together to solve these important issues. Next, regarding sports at the high school's competition cheer team went to the state tournament in Hershey earlier in January. And
Why did you send this stuff?
competition in Orlando, Florida.
We did 3 times now.
But they just got back at school
Well,
yesterday,
stop
so they're all
now.
tracking.
Then in February, we
So
did
I
something
visited
every
with these,
week.
so that was nice. So
Yeah.
congratulations.
Oh.
Boys basketball team had their senior recognition night last Friday, February 10th, and won their game against Cannon Mac. The high school's rifle team had 10 members move on to the Whitfield tournament. I congratulate all of these students and teams and wish them success in upcoming games and competitions. Lastly, I would like to talk about comments made at yesterday's school board meeting regarding the LGBTQ+ members of our community and school. 8 students made comments advocating for more protection in the high school student handbook and overall school. These students wrote and proposed a policy to implement at the district, and one part of this policy would hold Mount Lebanon students and staff accountable for discrimination against the LGBTQ+ community, as well as training on staff to learn about the community, how not to use like correct pronouns, and how to educate them. 70 adults attended in support as well, and I hope to assist them in implementing such important movements in our district. I look forward to my role as junior commissioner, and this concludes my report for February 14th.
Great, thank you for that report. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. Next on the list, citizens' comments. First on the list, Colonel Hoon. Colonel Hoon's coming down. I want to make sure I read this for everybody. Citizens comments. This is an opportunity for any resident to express an opinion on any topic pertaining to local government. The commission enjoys hearing from the public on our various issues and learning about items to address in the future. If you have specific questions, we will try and answer them at the end of your comments. If we can't, we commit to getting you the answers as soon as possible. When I call your name, please come to the podium to address the commission, state your name and address for the record. In fairness, we ask each speaker to share their thoughts for 5 minutes. The community is as good as each person in this room. We work together to make this a community that we can all be proud of, and we hope the dialogue remains respectful. We also appreciate the audience's efforts to refrain from any behavior that is disruptive or might intimidate free speech. Colonel Hoon.
Bill Hoon, 456 Coolidge Avenue. Was walking along Washington Road this past summer on the sidewalk, and I saw a piss trail. That's where somebody pees up against the building, goes down, drains across the sidewalk. You see them in major cities all over the world. It's the first time I had seen one in Mount Lebanon. I was quite surprised. Walked a little further along, there was a second one. And then shortly after that, a nice fresh vomit on the sidewalk. Well, I told a Port Authority employee of what I had seen, and she said, "That's nothing. See that elevator down there? This is right over the hill here. Somebody crapped on the wall next to the elevator door 3 times in 1 week." Then she said, "I had a woman get off the T outbound with a little boy. She's doing her thing, getting her money ready to pay her fare. Little boy's fidgeting around. Finally, he says, 'Mommy, mommy, I have to pee.' She said to him, 'Wait until we get in the elevator.'" Fantastic. I'm talking to a municipal employee, Public Works. He said that in the upper elevator, I've never been in either of these elevators, so I don't even know what they look like inside. The upper elevator, somebody complained there was a nice pile of human feces in the middle of the floor. Interesting. Well, that's, I really think, you may think there's no solution to stuff like that, but if there was a facility, a toilet facility down there, and maybe one up here. You used to have a ton of runners up here that could use one. An outdoor toilet facility. They have them in Collier. There's one on the parking lot, the edge of the parking lot on Hilltop Road. Runs all year. People use it all the time, and people don't crap in the parking lot. Might look into that. Let's see. There was a woman up here at the flashing lights just recently, about 2 weeks ago. She has the lights flashing. She's trying to get across the street. So the lights are flashing. She thinks everything's good. Shouldn't have a problem. She steps into the street and takes another step when a guy grabbed her by the arm and jerked her back on the sidewalk just as 2 SUVs blasted right through. She would have been hit. So what are we waiting for? Another Lisa Stiles? Or are we going to start working on taking care of the citizens in this community? Oh, I know we've got deer issues. We must kill deer and all that bull. But there are people problems in this township, and I don't think any of you are even vaguely aware. I'd be surprised if I ever saw any of you walking along Washington Road. I've only seen one commissioner the entire time I've been here walking along Washington Road, and it was none of you folks. So, what was that? So, instead of spending all this time and money killing deer for the bimbos and bozos that want to protect their petunias on the taxpayer, why don't we start doing something for the residents of the community? That'd be real nice. We'd really appreciate it. All of us. Do any of you even remember who Lisa Stiles was?
Yes.
That's good. I'm glad to hear that. 36 years old, leaves 3 kids. Wonderful. All right, 5 minutes is so much fun. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for your suggestions, Colonel Hoon. Appreciate it. Let's see, is there anybody online who wishes to speak? All right.
No one's raising their hand. Okay.
No one's raising their hand. All right, so thank you. No one's online, so we'll move on to the next item. Item 4, Commissioner Rainey, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration of the minutes from the adjourned meeting held January 24th, 2023. I move to approve the minute.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? All those in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 5, Commissioner Flynn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Public hearing on ordinance bill number 2-23, amending the administrative code to restructure the municipalities, boards, and authorities. The administrative code establishes and includes a description of the composition of the municipalities, boards, and authorities. The proposed ordinance is a comprehensive restructuring of the municipalities' boards. 5 new boards are created: Civic Engagement Advisory Board, Mobility and Transportation Advisory Board, Parks and Recreation Advisory Board, Community Sustainability and Economic Development Advisory Board, and the Financial Management Advisory Board. Duties, purposes, membership requirements, terms, and uniform operating procedures are also established. The proposed new boards will replace Community Relations Board, Economic Development Council, Environmental Sustainability Board, Equal Opportunity Board, Historic Preservation Board, Parking Facilities Board, Parks Advisory Board, Pension Investment Board, Sports Advisory Board, and Traffic Board. The proposed ordinance also contains provisions for transfer of certain functions previously assigned to a specific board. The ordinance was introduced on January 24th, 2023.
Okay, we're going to conduct a public hearing on this ordinance. Anybody in the room wish to speak on this proposal? Okay, pretty quiet. Anybody online wish to speak on this proposal? Everybody online?
Yeah.
Any of the commissioners want to speak
Not at
about this
this time.
proposal?
I think it's a great proposal.
It's a good idea.
Andrew Flynn put together a lot of the information along the way. He's made some great recommendations. We are lucky to have as many professional residents as we do that provide very professional recommendations to the commission that improve and continue to improve our municipality, which is great. And I think this ordinance change will allow that to happen more efficiently.
I'm looking forward to the new board structure, and I would like to also emphasize that this is a big step forward, but probably will want to make some tweaks and have some continuous improvement to the structure because there'll be a learning curve involved. So, bear with us residents who are on these boards, bear with the staff as we're all learning together over the next couple of years how to work in this new structure that I hope as the intention will make everyone more effective and therefore more enjoyable to be on an advisory board or to be working with an advisory board.
All right, I think adjustment is the key word, so please be patient with us. Any other comments? All right, that closes this public hearing. Item 6, Commissioner Spargo Wilson, please.
Consideration of resolution number R-3-23 authorizing the destruction of certain municipal records. In 1989, Mount Lebanon adopted a retention and disposition schedule for municipal records issued by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. Each year, the municipality reviews its records and removes those no longer required under the schedule. This resolution authorizes destruction of various listed records according to the schedule. I move we adopt resolution number R-3-23.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions, comments?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Mr. President, thank you. I'm curious as we think about this transition, right? Paper is clearly, was one of the big drivers of this, but as we go to digital, right, there's still, requirements. I guess the question is, are there requirements to continue destruction even if they are digital? Or do we have an effort going forward to retain digital documents over a longer period of time rather than, just that which is legislatively or legally required.
Again, these schedules do not require you to destroy anything. This is just if you wish, you can. As far as some records are required to be maintained permanently. Again, there are, the schedule put out by the Museum Commission is literally 100 pages long. They do have specific provisions in there about digital, maintaining digital records. One of the requirements is you can't adjust it. But so again, there's also some caution with using digital records as a substitute for paper. But it is possible for sure.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 7, Commissioner Flynn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Setting a public hearing on an application for intermunicipal transfer of a liquor license from Arthur James LLC. Mount Lebanon has received an application for an intermunicipal transfer of a liquor license from Arthur James LLC for Arthur's Corner Pub located at 4 Bower Hill Road. In accordance with the state liquor code, the commission hereby acknowledges that an extension for it to reach a decision has been invoked, and the commission desires to set a date for the required public hearing on the application.
All right, we're announcing a 60-day extension of time for the decision and setting the public hearing for March 14th, 2023. Item 8, Commissioner Grella, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration of commencement of pension benefits. Mount Lebanon sponsors 3 defined pension benefit plans for its employees, general employees, police, and firefighters. The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania's Department of the Auditor General requires that all benefit commencements for the police pension plan be approved by the commission. It also recommends that all benefit commencements, regardless of plan type, be approved by the commission. The employees detailed here have requested benefit commencement commensurate with the terms of their respective pension plans. They include Dave Bowl from the general employees and Donald Hesley from the general employees. I move to approve benefit commencement for David Bowl and Donald Hesley.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments?
Thank you. Thank you for your service. Thanks for working.
Wish you both all the best for a long and healthy retirement. Hearing no more comments, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Item 9, Commissioner Rainey, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration for the renewal of the street rejuvenator contract. Bids were received on February 19th, 2020 for the 2020 street rejuvenator contract, which included the application of approximately 39,750 square yards of reclaimant pavement rejuvenator throughout the municipality. Reclaimite? Reclamite. Thank you. Reclamite is a cost-effective way to extend the life of the asphalt pavement been used successfully by the municipality for over 20 years. The original contract included a base year 2020 with 3 optional renewal periods. This allows the contract to be extended at Mount Lebanon's sole discretion until 2023 to maintain continuity. The municipal engineer verified the bid in 2020 as follows, and it is on your screen, whether you're in the room or online. The municipal engineer and public works department, based upon past performance of the contractor, recommend extension of the contract to Pavement Technologies Incorporated. The total contract value would be $38,398.50 based upon the 5% increase. However, the budget for the program is $36,400 for 2023. Therefore, the quality of work will be adjusted to meet the quantity. There we go. Quantity of work will be adjusted.
It'll
to
be high
meet-
quality.
I was like,
It's
wait
just
a
the
minute, I
quantity.
object. Yeah. The quantity of work will be adjusted to meet the current program budget. I move to extend the street rejuvenator contract for 2023 with Pavement Technology Incorporated in the amount of $38,398.50.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 10, Commissioner Swager Wilson, please.
This is the consideration for the renewal of the street crack sealing contract. Bids were received on February 19th, 2020 for the 2020 crack sealing contract, which included crack sealing approximately 40,000 linear feet of various streets throughout the municipality. Crack sealing is a cost-effective way to extend the life of the asphalt pavement and has been used successfully by the municipality for over 20 years. The original contract included a base year 2020 with 3 optional renewal periods. This allows the contract to be extended at Mount Lebanon's sole discretion until 2023 to maintain continuity. The municipal engineer verified the bid in 2020 as follows, and you can see it on the screen right over there. The municipal engineer and the Public Works Department, based upon past performance of the contractor, recommends extension of the contract to Russell Standard Corporation. The budget for the program in 2023 is $26,250. Therefore, the quantity of work will be adjusted to meet the current budget. I move to extend the crack sealing program for 2023 with Russell Standard Corporation in the amount of $22,600.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Item 11, Commissioner Flynn, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is a consideration for the award of the Public Safety Building Women's Locker Room Expansion Project, Contract 1, General Construction. Bids were received on December 15th, 2022 for the Mount Lebanon Public Safety Building Women's Locker Room Expansion Project. The project includes, but is not limited to, the construction of a new women's locker room at the Public Safety Building. Contracts broken down into 4 separate areas. 3 bids were received by the deadline for the first contract, general construction. The municipal engineer has verified the bids for contract 1 as are displayed on the screen. And the municipal engineer reviewed the bids and determined the low bid to be accurate and recommends the project be awarded to Swede Construction Corporation, who has performed work satisfactory manner as in the past. The budgeted amount for the project is $203,000. The project's within budget, combined with contracts 2, 3, and 4, which I believe are, well, at least yet 3 is covered later. 2, 3, and 4 is $197,064. I move to award the contract for Mount Lebanon Public Safety Building Women's Locker Room Expansion Project Contract 1, General Construction, to Swede Construction Corporation for the base bid amount of $135,000.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments?
I think that one comment to remember about the reason for this project is that it really does expand the police department's ability to attract female officers. And in a move to continue to diversify our workforce, this is a very important project.
And retain, right?
Yeah, and retain, of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, thank you. Totally agree.
Yep, good points. Any other comments? All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
I,
Any opposed? No, motion passes unanimously. Item 12, Commissioner Grillo, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Consideration for the award of the Public Safety Building Women's Locker Room Expansion Project, Contract 3, Plumbing Construction. Bids were received on December 15, 2022 for the Mount Lebanon Public Safety Building, PSB, Women's Locker Room Expansion Project. Project includes, but is not limited to, the construction of a new women's locker room at PSB. The contracts are broken down into the following: Contract 1, General Construction; Contract 2, Electrical Construction; Contract 3, Plumbing Construction; Contract 4, Mechanical Construction. 4 bids were received by the deadline for Contract 3, Plumbing Construction. The municipal engineer has verified the bids as follows for Contract 3. They're on your screen on the right or on your screen at home. The municipal engineer has reviewed the bids and determined the low bid to be accurate. The engineer recommends the project be awarded to Reno Brothers, Inc. The contractor has completed other similar and large projects in the past in a satisfactory manner for other entities according to references that were provided. Budgeted amount for this project is $203,000. The project is within the budget when combined with the recommendations for contracts 1, 2, and 4, and it is to be funded through the Capital Projects Fund. The total recommended construction award for contracts 1, 2, 3, and 4 is $197,064. I move to award the contract for the Mount Lebanon Public Safety Building Women's Locker Room Expansion Project Contract 3, Plumbing Construction to Reno Bros, Inc. for the base bid in the amount of $47,564.
Second.
The motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries unanimously and we are adjourned.
Great. Wow, good gaveling today. Okay, you're gonna break something. I like it. I know.